Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess and I'm here because we are going to be doing a reading journal flip through for May. So I do have Duke on my desk. He's actually like fast asleep and he's been asleep on it for like the past hour and a half maybe. And I just don't want to move him. So he's just going to be right here. For my new viewers, welcome, and my returning viewers, welcome back. You guys can find me here on YouTube, but also on Instagram and TikTok as Knit Clan Jess. Definitely try to keep links down below, so make sure you check it out. So today we're going to be going through my reading journal. We're going to be updating it, or I'm going to be flipping through it for May. And yeah, so if you guys want to check out how I did like the initial setup of my reading journal, I do have a playlist. It is my books and reading playlist, so definitely check that out for a whole slew of book related videos. So if you guys want to flip through this with me, make sure you stay tuned. All right, so we're going to start. I'm just going to kind of explain like the covers and the discs and stuff. So this is a happy planner. This is the cover of a happy planner, or like an 18-month planner that released in 2020 initially, and then I paired it with some discs, like some green metal discs that released in 2022, I believe. I believe it was like one of their Black Friday bundles. I just really like the green with it, but they released this bookish planner, and naturally I had to grab it because books. And I just decided that I wanted to use the cover of it for my reading journal this year. So my reading journal is built on a bunch of Bujo pages, and then it's built on calendars from, I want to say, I believe it was an 18-month planner, or maybe it was just a 2023 planner. I don't know. It was something like that. But basically, this is just like a frosted cover that I put my name on, cut it out. This cover right here comes from Root the Crafter Mom. It's available in her Etsy shop, and I really like it because it was like, it's reading 2023. I thought it was just fun. And then the first part of it, I have my bookshelf for my books read. So these bookshelves actually come from Plan with Elise. She's also who I'm doing this collab with. I forgot to mention that. So this is like the whole year reading journal review is part of the collab that I'm doing with Elise. Definitely check out the description because I've got a link with her. But these bookshelves also come from her. So this is her 50 books read tracker. And basically what I did is I cut out the shelves and I just put them on filler paper because I wanted to have like these little bookshelves, and then I wanted to specifically cut down the pages just so then that way you can still see the title as we flip through the books. I thought it was so much fun. But basically all of the books are colored based on a rating scale. So I have this pinkish is 5-star, blue is 4, blue is 4, green is 3, yellow is 2, and then gold is 1 star because I don't put DNF books on here. So I read from the book Every Rule Worth Breaking up until True Love Experiment. As you see, I had a lot of 4 and 5-star books. I had 2 3-star, 1 2-star. It was definitely not like April, where I actually had 2 10-star books where I colored it in purple because I'm like, 10-star deserves its own color. And basically 10-star means that book was absolutely phenomenal. It's becoming my whole personality. I will hyper fixate and become obsessed with it for the rest of the year. And then I have plenty of room for more books on my books read page. And then we come to my TBR. Honestly, I'm totally slacking on reading books from my TBR. I will eventually. So I didn't actually have anything to mark off this time. I'm also really slacking on adding books to it, just mainly because I'm like, I just kind of like, okay. Oh, and I do have some YouTube recs that I need to write down, but again, I'm slacking because I keep finding new books that I want to add to it, and then I just kind of get overwhelmed with how many books that I found, so I don't. Okay. Anyways, this right here, my Goodreads page, this is going to be filled in in the next video. I actually did not mean to leave it in, but I did, so I'm just going to talk about it. But I'm at 95 books. 95 books for the year. My goal was 100. I mean, obviously I have more than 100 on here, but so I decided since I'm at 95 and I only have 7 more spaces left, I'm going to go ahead and add in a second sheet. And what I did is I just cut out the middle. So that way it's kind of like, oh, that's also a Goodreads page. And I'm going to fill this in with those boxes. And then if I fill in this whole page, I'm going to go to the back. So I don't know. We'll see how many books I read. My Goodreads challenge number was 100. I don't know if I'm going to move it yet. I might kind of wait. And decide once I actually get to 100 books, and then I'll decide what I want to do with it. And then we come to my daily reading and my reading in pixels page. So basically, I just color in each day that I read. And then my reading in pixels, I color in what I'm reading. So am I reading a Kindle, an audiobook, or a physical, that sort of thing. And then my A to Z, I actually forgot to fill this in this time. So as you see, I do have books that I need to add to it. Now, if I was going to add to this right now, what I would probably fill in, because I've been trying to do like my favorite books. So I think what I would do is I would probably go ahead and fill in S with the soulmate equation. I'm like kind of looking at what letters do I need. Ooh, I would do D for Drowning. Drowning was a fantastic book. However, if you have a fear of flying, I would highly recommend that you do not read it. I would probably do Change of Plans. I really, really, really like that one, but I'm kind of debating. But yeah, I think I would probably do C, D, and S. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. Okay, so let's keep on going back. So DNF, this is basically like I'm actually tracking what books that I DNF. So I had one in January. I had one in February. I did not have one in March or April, and I did have one in May. And I just kind of put like the reasons why I DNF'd and where I was at, and then the month that I DNF'd. And by the way, I highly recommend DNFing books or do not finishing books if you are not enjoying them. Do not force yourself to read a book that you don't enjoy. Then I have my monthly arcs, and this is basically where I have been tracking the advanced reader copies of books each month. So I started by putting in like the stars, the dates read, and then the date published. And then I hit March, where I literally read 11 arcs, and I decided I don't have the room for this. April, I read 8. In May, I read 12. So, I'm just knocking out the arcs, and I'm getting them as quickly as I'm knocking them out. So it's kind of a problem. And then, so I've got through December. Now, if you have been following along for a while, you will notice that it goes straight from monthly arcs to my year in review. I got rid of the Bad Bush Book Club pages, mainly because I wasn't using them, and I kind of feel like the Bad Bush Book Club has just kind of dropped from our lives because we have both been so incredibly busy for it. So I don't know if I'm going to add in different pages for it maybe in the future. We will see. But anyways, let's go straight to my yearly review, where I'm basically tracking how many books that I'm reading and of what kind by month. So you see I have the little icons, and then how many, the number under it, and then the total. So May was a little difficult for me, but I read 19 books. Now, there was one book that I read as both an audio and a physical, and that was Fourth Wing, where I would basically I would listen as an audio because it was 20 hours long if you were listening to it at one time speed. And I tend to listen to most books at 1.5. So at 1.5, it was like 15 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, something like that. I think it was 15 hours. So what I would do is I would basically listen to it on audio when I was kind of multitasking, and then when I wasn't multitasking, I would read along with the book while listening to it on audio, which I really enjoyed that actually. That was like kind of a really cool process. But I did go ahead and mark it under a physical. So 7/8 audio, 7 Kindle, 11/12 audio, and 1 physical. Which I read 19 books total because I'm not double counting Fourth Wing. And then I have 2024 upcoming books. There are some books that I want to put on here, but I don't know the month. I just have the year that they're coming out, so I'm not putting them on here yet. I'm going to be checking Goodreads probably sometime in June to see if they've been updated with months. But I'm hoping this month I will have a couple books that I can be able to add to it. And then 2024 plans, which I haven't written anything down yet. And then I do have a blank page, which I want to kind of figure out what I can do with it. But then we go to the Joyful Chaos Book Club, which is my Instagram book club. We basically started out as a group where we wanted to encourage and motivate us to read advanced reader copies or ARCs in August of 2022. And then we just kind of turned into a book club. Like we had figured this group was only going to last for August, and it just continued. So we basically turned into a book club. We applied to be a book club girl, and we were one of the groups that was picked. And so basically, they send us books each month to read. And so what I've been doing is I've just been putting little pictures of the books. And I actually have plans to read Circa this month, and I want to read Homecoming this month, and I want to read Last Tale of Flower Bride. But there's like so many other books that I want to read, and it's just been very difficult. But I also think I should kind of make it a priority to do Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, because I want to do this one as an audio and as a physical. That was a lot of words. But yeah, so this has been like a really fun experience, and honestly, like a lot of these books, I'm going to eventually read them, even if I'm not reading them right this minute. And I really like it because it is giving me books in genres that I normally wouldn't read. So it's going to kind of get me out of like my normal genre. So I'm really excited about that. Oh, I did read Venko. I actually did read Venko, but I listened to it as an audio, and I want to go back and read it as a physical as well. So I haven't like written anything down there. And then this is books I currently own. This is very much so outdated, and I probably need to update it. But then we go to my month. And my month, basically, I put in like if I have a TBR, I put it in. I've been trying to keep the important dates updated when we have author chats. I don't think I did it for May. I'm a slacker. But then I've also been putting in pictures of all of the books that I read, because when you go to the calendar, I put when I started a book and when I finished a book. So this has been like a really cool way to track it. And then I just put in how many books that I did for each method of reading. So we have January, and then February was so many books that I needed an extra page. So I created this page. And then here's my calendar. See, I was actually decorating the calendar for a while. And then we have March. And then here's my calendar. I really oh, this one I just realized I didn't write down how many books I read for each one. And then here's April, where I totally messed up on those dates. That was actually April 19th and April 25th. Yeah, that was April. And then here's my calendar. And this is kind of when I basically stopped decorating the calendar. And then May, as you see, I did not write down the date, so I do need to kind of go back in and do that. And I put no TBR because I was basically letting Duke pick my next book that I read. I do have a couple of reels on Instagram if you want to see that. And then May, I basically use like the color for these. This is kind of coordinates with my reading in pixels, but here's my calendar. And then June is, oh, look, I haven't even glued them together. I got to glue this together. And then June is clearly severely lacking, and I need to start updating this. So there we go. I am really, really enjoying this reading journal. Don't forget to check out Elisa's video. It is dropped below in the description so you can be able to see how her reading journey has gone for January through May. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any recommendations for books, drop them in the comments below. I will make it a point sometime this month to update my TBR with my YouTube recs, and I will add to it. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.